Facebook. I can't say it enough. There are almost half of the world population hanging out on Facebook. 3.2 billion people ain't no joke. And I'm not sure what you're selling or what idea you have. Those are some of the people that must know about whatever you have to offer. Therefore, it is imperative that you understand how to market or reach those people that are on Facebook. I know, I get it. You've taken a lot of courses on Facebook ad and you have wasted so much money. I understand, I've been there as well. Back in 2017, 2016, late 2016 to mid 2017, I was just wasting money on Facebook, not knowing what I was doing. I'm not saying I'm an expert yet, but I'm doing way better than I was doing at that time. In this video series, I'm going to be teaching you guys everything I know about Facebook marketing. And just maybe, it's going to help you make up your mind that Facebook is something that you cannot run away from unless you want to sell to the aliens. As a matter of fact, I heard that aliens on Facebook as well. Okay, guys, so let's go. We're going to be discussing Facebook advertisement in this video. Get ready and get your coffee, and let's get started. Okay, guys, now that we've established that Facebook is something that you cannot run away from, be it that you want to advertise your own product or you want to advertise for other clients. You know, in our own agency, we have a product that we run ranging from physical products to digital product that we do for ourselves, and we have to advertise for all these products on Facebook. And also we do Facebook advertisements for other clients as well. That is not to say that Facebook ad is the only thing we do. As a matter of fact, my expertise is in traffic and conversion. So I try to know as much as I can about every medium out there through which you can advertise. But for the purpose of this video, we are going to be talking about Facebook advertisements. Okay, so the number one thing that I do when I'm doing Facebook ad is I research my audience and I ensure that I makes it very, very possible, or rather very, very easy for me to locate those audiences when I'm ready to advertise to them. Because it could be a headache sometimes when you go into Facebook and you have like glitches and things are not going on right. You may be frustrated to the point that you're going to end up advertising to the wrong audience or not even choosing your audience right. The number one thing to do when you want to advertise on Facebook is to do your audience research. I cannot say this enough unless you have a lot of money to waste. If you are that person who wants to make your ad profitable, the number one thing to do is to ensure that you are, advertising to the right crowd. And the number one thing to do as far as Facebook is concerned is to know how to save your audience, organize your audience in a way that it makes it easier for you when you go back in there to choose those audiences that you want to advertise to in a very well structured way so you can go ahead and launch your ad. So number one thing I'm going to show you guys is how do we in our agency at Vara Ad Media, how do we go about starting our Facebook ad? So in this video, let's go, for the purpose of this video, the number one thing we're going to do is going to click on here and we're going to go into what is known as Audience Insights. If you're new at Facebook advertisement or you've been doing it, I want to believe that you know about Audience Insights. Audience Insights gives you ideas on the kind of audience that you have in mind that you want to advertise to, and let you know if this audience is actually on Facebook or not. Because if the people you want to advertise to are not hanging out on Facebook, then you might as well just try another traffic source like Google, YouTube, and the rest of it. So now the number one thing you want to do before you start, blowing money on Facebook advertisement is to do your audience research. And in doing that, what we do is we go into Audience Insights. All right. When you click on your Audience Insights, and I want to make sure that you guys understand that I'm in my Facebook business account right now. Look over here. It says business.facebook.com. For those of you who do not have Facebook, business account yet, all you have to do is to go to business.facebook.com, click on it, and create an account. You're going to use the Facebook account that you have right now. The personal Facebook account that you have right now is the same one, except that this time around it's for business. Just go to business.facebook.com and apply for a Facebook account, a Facebook business account, and it's free. Very, very easy to create. Once you do that, you want to come into your Audience Insights and make sure you choose everyone on Facebook. We're not going to discuss people connected to your page right now because that is for when you are getting ready to scale your ad. But for a beginner, or rather for any new advertisement, you want to go to everyone on Facebook. And in this video, we're going to pretend as if we want to advertise a product that has to do with, let's say, dog, for instance. Say, for instance, we want to advertise a product that has to do with dog. And how are we going to go about it? Number one, you want to choose the country. And understand right here, we're not setting up the ad yet, but we're setting up the process for the ad. And the number one thing you want to do is to have your audience all organized in such a way that when you're ready to advertise to them, you can easily just pick those audience and go ahead and advertise to them. So what we're going to do is we want to say, for instance, we are advertising to the United States, right? And it doesn't matter. I would usually start my ad with 18 years and above. And I would say, for instance, in terms of dogs, you really cannot tell if it's men or women that have the most affinity to dog right now, unless you actually do the research. So let's say over here, I'm going to put dog. All right. And you guys have to understand, I'm just doing this for demo purpose. It could be anything else that you want to advertise, but the interest in this case is dog, and it's showing you that the interest dog actually falls under hobbies and activities, then pets. All right. So when I choose dog, here's what I want you guys to see. If any one of you knows any outlet out there that deal with dogs, all right, I'm going to show you guys something in a minute, but let's check something. The number one thing you want to understand when you want to create an ad is demographics. Demographics shows you who are the people that are actually on Facebook, who are your target audience for the product that you want, the product or the idea that you want to advertise. When I put in dog over here, see what shows up. About 60 to 70 million people on Facebook every month doing something that has to do with dog. I mean, like, really, can you go wrong if you have a product or a message that has to do with dog, when of course you have about 60 to 70 million people active on Facebook who are doing something about dog? And remember, this is just United States. You can choose several other countries as well, but for the purpose of this video, we're only going to choose the United States. And now let's do this. Before we go, we want to understand the demographics of people that are interested in dogs. Okay, so check this out. Over here, you have 68% women and 32% men. Now, what does that tell you? If you have a product about dog that you want to advertise, you probably will concentrate more advertising those products to women more than you will men. In my own case, I'll probably have 2, 3, 4 ad sets going to women and just 2 going to men. I'm not saying you're not going to advertise to men, but of course you have more women who have affinity to dog than you have men. For women is 68% and men is 32%. I mean, 32% is still a lot. I'm just letting you know that there are more women that have affinity to dog than you have men. Okay, now look at this over here. This tells you also the ages of those people. If you look at from age 18 to 24, it's only about 13% of the 60 to 70 million people. If you look at 25 to 34, it's about 22%. If you look at ages 35 to 44, it's about 18%. And if you look at ages 45 to 54, you have about 18% people that are active on Facebook who, I mean, of course, in this case, women on Facebook that have affinity to dogs. And if you look at 55 to 64, it's 16%. Of course, 65 and above is 13%. All of these people are your audiences. These are the people that are your customers that you will be able to reach through Facebook if you know how to do your advertisements right. And if you look at the age as well, I want you guys to pay attention to the ages. You have women above and men in the bottom. In 18 to 24, even though it's 13% women, even though there are more women that have affinity to dog on Facebook than there are men, but ages 18 to 24, you have more men that actually have affinity to dog than you have women. Same thing if you come over here, there are 28% men within the age of 25 to 34 that have affinity to dogs more than women. So this basically just tells you, like, it helps you lay the foundation for your advertisement. So these are the things you'll be thinking about when you're getting ready to advertise. But for the purpose of this video, I just want to show you guys how to, organize your audience before you start advertising to them on Facebook. All right, now over here, let's come down over here. You see relationship status. 26% of those people are single, and you have 53% of them are married. What does that tell you? When you are getting ready to advertise to these people on Facebook, of course, you'll be advertising to more married people than you would single people, depending on your budget. I mean, in my own case, I'll probably advertise to both, but I will concentrate more on married. And educational level, it's almost not quite even, but it's almost half and half. Look at this over here. You have the education level, high school 31%, and college 61%. I mean, this is huge. You can advertise to all these people because your audiences, your customers are hanging out over here in this crowd. And job titles, what does this tell you? It tells you the people that have affinity to dogs, what are the things that they do the most? What are the kind of job that they do? All right. So this helps you lay the foundation for your advertising strategy. So when you get to the point when you're ready to advertise, you would know, going by this data, who are the people you should concentrate on the most, depending on your budget. All right, look at this: healthcare and medical services, 17% of them. I mean, people that are in sales have more affinity to dogs, and you can click to see a whole lot more. You see people administrative services over here. So basically, this tells you that there are people who have affinity to the product that you're trying to advertise, and these are the job titles on Facebook. So when you are getting ready to lay to organize your advertisement, you know what to choose. Also, let's go to the pages. Like, I cannot stress this enough. When it comes to Facebook advertisement, you've got to know what pages your audience like, because that would help you. That will help you in a long way to have a profitable Facebook advertisement, because these pages are the pages you're going to be advertising to. Depending on what your budget is, sometimes you go for all of them, sometimes you choose the strongest of them all. Now, pages like people that have affinity to dogs on Facebook, they like this page. I love my dog, the Mint Julep Boutique, Dusty Old Thing. All of these people, they have affinity to dogs on Facebook. And check this out. I'm going to show you something in the bottom. I love my dog page, about 3.3 million audience. I mean, like, that's huge. And 4.7 million of them are on Facebook, and they have 23 times affinity to dog. 23 times meaning those people 23 times have affinity to dog than any other person on Facebook. These are the people you want to be advertising to. The same thing goes to all of these pages. All of these pages. See them? They're in their millions. These are the people you want to advertise to. And of course, you can also click on more. So these help you organize and arrange, or rather form the foundation for for your advertisement ideation. You will understand, okay, so these are the people, these are the pages that they visit. So when you're getting ready to advertise to them, you can search for each and every one of these pages and have them in your ad set so you can advertise to them. I mean, you cannot go wrong with any of them, but I would choose the ones with the highest affinity, and probably the one with the highest number of people that have affinity to the product that I'm trying to advertise. Now let's look at location. Over here, people that have affinity to dogs, you find them mostly in Phoenix, Arizona, in El Paso, Texas. So I mean, like, this is like extremely granulated. Like, really, you can easily just start advertising to these people right now if you have anything to do, if you have any product that has to do with dogs, because Facebook is telling you where you can find those people. It's telling you what pages they like. It's telling you how much affinity they have to your product. So basically, you already formed the foundation for your advertisement, and you cannot go wrong. And it's just a matter of time. You're going to start having very profitable advertisements. Look at the activities over here. Let's see what they like to do. All right. and the devices that they use, see 32% of these selected people, they click ads. You know, they will click, 32 of them will click, you know, the frequency of ad click when you run your ad to them, they have very, very high affinity and likeness to actually click on your advertisement. See 32%, you have 28, you have 19, and devices that they use, desktop only 100% of them, iPhone and iPod 51%, Android 42%. All of this data still makes it very, very certain that when you run your advertisement to these people, you will be profitable as long as you listen to what the data says. Data does not lie. You've got to like pay attention to whatever the data is saying, because this will help you a lot. You know, so if I were you, I would usually write down all of these, all of these numbers, because when I'm getting ready to do my advertisement, these are the numbers that I'm going to use to actually know how and who to advertise to. So for the purpose of this video, let's try to choose. Let's go back over here. We looked at demographics. Hope you guys still remember that. We look at the pages like, we know all these pages. For the purpose of this video, let's try to choose about 3 or 4 of these, because each and every one of these, and you know, you can literally actually go in and look at each of these pages. I will do that. In my own case, I usually will do that. I will go to, because sometimes you have these pages pop up and they're really not really as active on Facebook as you want them to, but they're not directly connected to what you're trying to do. In this case, you know, they may not really be connected to dog or anything that has to do with dog. So I would literally go in here, and I'm sorry if this is a long video, but when it comes to Facebook ad, you either get it right or you're going to be losing money. So I would literally go in and look at what that page actually looks like. See, check this out. This is like a shop, a store rather, that sells things that have to do with dogs, and it has over 5 million people that like this page. So Facebook is not lying to you, because this is one of the pages you want to really, really go after. And the name of this one is I Love My Dog. So we're gonna write that down. We're gonna write I love my dog. I'm gonna put that on my board right here. I love my dog is one of those pages that we're going to be going after. Okay, once I do that, usually I'll close it, and I mean, I can still go back to it if I want to. I'll check this one out, the Mint Julep Boutique. Let's see, does it have anything to do with dog? Because if you don't do this, guys, I cannot stress this enough. You only have to do this once for the ad that you're trying to create. If you do not do this and just rush into creating ad, you're going to lose money. And I do not want that to happen to you. So does this really have any affinity with dog? Maybe not. But do not forget though, do not forget that when we were looking at our audience over here and we look at demographics, we see that between age 18 and 24, 13% women have affinity to dog. So is age 24 to 34. So look at this one, even though you don't see the picture of a dog over here, but how old do you think people around here will be? I would think between maybe 25 to 35, right? So that still makes it one of those pages you want to go after, right? And it has over 4 million people in this group that like this page. So if I were you, I'm going to write that down as well. The Mint Julep Boutique. The Mint Julep Boutique. And guys, for those of you that are not, that are seeing my video for the first time, go ahead and share this video with those that you think that can benefit from it. And do not forget to subscribe to this channel, because all of this information, I paid for them to actually learn them, but I'm going to be giving it to you guys for free. And you can also send me an email at lukman@viral-ad-media.com. That's LUQMAN @viral-ad-media.com. Just like how you have it over, where is it? Over here, where you have it over here, lukman@viral-ad-media.com. So subscribe to the video to this channel. So and also do not forget to hit the bell button so you know when I post a new video. And I try to post 2 videos at least in a week that will be of as I'm looking at these people will probably like they will like dog according to Facebook. But at the same time, I'm already thinking about what else I can sell to them. But I'm not going to be distracted. I'm just going to note that. All right. Boutique. This actually gives you like two opportunities. They like dog. And also, I'm sure you guys are thinking about another thing that you can sell to them right now, just in case you're trying to test out products. Because if you're just starting out, you probably don't have a niche yet. This gives you an idea of, okay, so if dog product does not work for these people, what else can work for them? So the mint julep, the name they go back over here is the mint julep boutique. The mint, I'm going to note that as well. For the purpose of this video, not to make it unnecessary too long, we're probably just going to use 4 of those groups. But do not forget, these are all the groups that we are going to be advertising to. Dusty whole thing, let's see how relevant that is to the product that we're trying to advertise. Dusty old thing seems like a place where they sell those antique stuff, and there's over 3 million people. Do you think it's directly related to dog? It depends. It depends. I mean, I would still advertise to them if I were you, because I mean, all people like dogs. So, and also you have to go back here as well. This would probably be in the range of 50, maybe 45 and above. So if you go back to our demographics over here, what does it say? 45 and above, 18%. It's still in the high, on the high side. 18% women and 17% men. If you add all that together, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. That's about what, 35%. So I mean, you can still write it down. Dusty old stuff. And I want you guys to pay attention, because when it comes to the time when we want to start searching for these people at the ad set level, at the target level, you want to note this right here. Sometimes the name does not show up this way. It shows up like this. So you have to type in this way to be able to allow it to actually come up. But I'm going to explain all that to you guys later. So let's write down Dusty old thing. Dusty old thing. Now, I promised you guys 4. So let's choose another one. Go back to pages like Secure America Now, 12 tomatoes. And you know, it tells you over here too what those things are. All right. And when you want to get really, really granular, there are ways you can actually separate all these out to ensure that you're hitting them, like, you know, hitting the right people, using the right, because if I want to advertise to all these people based on the categories they are, my verticals and the angle from which I'm going to hit them is probably going to be different. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to make all the videos on those ones, just in case it's getting too technical for you guys. But just let's keep going as we're doing. Let's click on this one. Secure America Now. Again, when this page pops up, I want you guys to pay attention to how it is reading, because if you are getting ready to advertise to them, the page may not show up unless you type it in the way it is, the way it's written to make it searchable in Facebook. Okay, so Secure America Now has over 3 million people. It's like, you know, just like a patriotic kind of page. And in my head, I already know what else I'm going to sell to these people. But for the purpose of this, let's concentrate on dog. So Americans like dog. I'm going to advertise to these people, okay? Let's write it down. Secure America Now. Secure America Now. America Now. Okay, so now we have 4, right? We have I Love My Dog, the Mint Julep Boutique, we have Dusty Old Thing, and we have Secure America Now. All right, so let's go back here. When I click on this, now I want you guys to come down here. You can also verify the affinity to these people, clicking on your advertisement based on whatever the data down here say. I love my dog, 23 times likelihood that they're going to click on your ad. And there are 4.7 million of them. Remember, when we see them, it's about that number. There's another one, Amo Mama Nostalgia. Usually when I'm doing my research, I compare whatever I have over here to what I have over here. And for the most part, I do not really go by this one for the most part. I'm not saying I do not use this one, but for the most part, I go by these pages like here. So my first choice would be I Love America. Now I will use Amo Mama Nostalgia. Let's check that out as well. So I apologize in case you guys get confused. What I'm trying to say is when you come to the page like, while you may look at this to kind of see the relevance of the pages to what you're trying to advertise, you should also come down here because these are the pages liked rather by those people who have affinity to dog, and you can click on more. So I will go by these, you know. Remember, we use Dusty Old Thing is right here. It's right there, you know. I mean, and there this gives like several other more pages that you can advertise to. So we use I Love My Dog. Now let's check out Amo Mama Nostalgia. I don't know what Amo Mama means, you know. But check this out. Like I told you guys, Amo Mama Nostalgia has to be spelled this way before you can actually find it on Facebook. If you don't write it this way, it's not going to come up when you're getting ready to set up your advertisements. It's over 5 million people. This is like a parenting kind of page. And parents like them, don't they? Are you guys already thinking about what else you can sell to them in case you're testing out, you don't have a niche yet, and you're testing out like, look at this guy over here. And you're testing out what else you can sell to them, okay? Well, that's just to give you guys, you know, more ideas on what pages you can advertise to. But for right now, let's stick to the 4 pages that we already have, you know, identified. And now we are going to go to our ad level. No, rather, we're going to go to saving this audience because that's actually the purpose of this video. Having researched the audience that you want to advertise to, you want to go ahead and save the audience. And how do I do it? I usually will come over here. Let me do it again just in case you guys do not see it. I'll click on this right here. I'm going to go to audience, not audience insights. That's what we're working with before. But this time around, I'm going to go into audiences. I'm going to click on it, of course. You click on audiences. I'm going to show you guys the best way to actually save your audience so that when you're getting ready to advertise to them, it makes it very, very easy to locate all this audience. Okay, you're going to come over here and click on audiences. And come down here. This is like something new that Facebook is doing. We're going to talk about that one later on. Come down here, click on this right here, and click on Save Audience. When you click on Save Audience, remember the audience we try to advertise to, or rather the audience that we research, which of course is one of the audience that we're trying to advertise to. I will come down here, and I will look for that audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember the first audience is what? We'll choose I Love My Dog. I love my dog. Doesn't come up that way. I'll say I love my dog. I love my dog. So that one right here, you want to go by the interest, okay? I love my dog. See that's right here, over 4 million people. This is our audience. I'll click on it. I'll click on it. I'll give it a name. I love my dog. All right. Then United States, the age 18 to 65. I'm using all. I love my dog, and you're gonna click on Create Audience. And it's going to come over here. See, I love my dog. Your audience already saved. And I will tell you guys in another video why I'm doing it this way, because it makes it super duper easy for me to go ahead and launch my advertisements. Now let's create another one. Saved audience. Go back to save audience. Okay. This one, remember we choose the Mint Julep Boutique. I'm going to put that right here. Before I do that, I usually will search over here. Make sure it's over here. It's the Mint Julep Boutique. I usually will write it together first, see if it comes up. If it doesn't come up, then I'm going to separate it. If it doesn't come up, I'm going to separate it by, let's say if it comes up this way. the mint julep right there. And make sure, guys, that it says interest, not like, you know, any other kind of demographics. Interest over here is over 2 million. You want to click on that, and that right there is your audience. You want to put that right here, the mint julep boutique, and create audience. Creating that audience, come over here, you have your audience here, and there are several other things you can do with this when we get to that level. But for right now, I just want to show you guys how to, you know, research your audience and easily organize them in your account. So when you're getting ready to advertise to them, it makes it very, very easy. Do not forget, guys, to subscribe to this channel, and also make sure that you hit the bell button so whenever I post another video, it can help you. And look at it already, we have over 2 million of them, over 3 million of them. I mean, like, this is like crazy. Now come over here, I'll go back to save audience. I promise you guys 4. I'm gonna do 4. Okay, the next one is what? Do not forget, we United States. The next one is what? The next one is Dusty Old Thing. Dusty Old Thing intro. Dusty Old Thing over here. You have over 2 million. I will put that here. Dusty Old Thing. I mean, guys, I love Facebook marketing. I mean, I love all kind of marketing because I do all of them. But Facebook marketing just makes it so easy for you to kind of super duper target people. Like, I mean, no keyword and all those things that you have to do on Bing and Google. This is just like knowing the people that you really want to hit, and you know that they're actually on Facebook, because the data shows you that they're on Facebook. You can't go wrong with that, you know. So I'm going to save this audience as well. Create audience. When you look at it, it's going to pop up Dusty Old Thing, over 2 million of them. We're going to do the last one before we round up this video. The last one is what? Secure America Now. Secure America Now is a group that we want to research. Secure America Now. I usually will write it together first, then I'll break it up. Watch, it's going to pop up if it's here. Secure, sorry guys. America Now. There you go. Over 2 million of them. I'm going to put it right here. Secure America Now is the name of this audience. This is how I do my own research. And guys, what is worth doing at all is worth doing well. If you rush into doing Facebook ad, you're going to blow money, waste money. You're not going to make a dime. But if you take your time, if only 1 day or 2 days is what you do to research your audience. I mean, like, advertising going forward, it's super easy. I mean, that's no work. All right. And if you think you don't have the strength to do it, just get some freaking coffee, guys. Don't, unless you have money to waste. My wife actually made this for me. Put my picture there. Wives are wonderful. Baby, if you're watching, Rahma, I love you. Over here, click on create audience. And guys, those are 4 audiences. See, they're all ready. They are in our account when we're getting ready to advertise. And I do mine this way because, let me show you one thing, one of the reasons I do it this way. Because when it gets to the level when you want to start advertising, you can get very, very confused if you don't have your audience organized this way. Say, for instance, let's go back to audience, save audience. What was that one we saw a while ago? Something about mama, something. But let's say I want to, like, I say dog, for instance. The problem is I see dog over here, over 376 million, but see all these other ones. They did not show up while we were doing our research. So if you have to wait to this level before you actually save your audience, you're going to be confused. That is why I research my audience. I have them organized, save them in a very organized fashion. So that way, when I'm ready to advertise, I'm only advertising to those people, because each and every one of that audience would. Okay, let me say that again. When I'm doing my advertisement, I only advertise in one ad set. It's going to be just one group of audience. I'm not going to look at all these other distractions because I don't really need them. They're nothing but distraction to me, because That way you don't really know what works and what does not work. So guys, for this video, that's it. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things from it, and I'm going to be coming back your way. Look out for the next video, because it's going to be a progression from where we are right now to where I really want to take you guys, so that you can start having very, very profitable Facebook advertisement. You have a good day. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button so you can be informed when the next video drops, and share this with your friends. All right, have a good one. And even though you have them